What is up, guys? Welcome, Crypto FUD. And let's jump right into this, guys. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a fantastic start of your week. Hope you guys had a great, safe weekend. I know it's boring out there, guys. I know, but we're gonna be all right. Don't let them bore you out of your position. That's gonna be the main thing that we're gonna talk about. What's going on, Gina? Cowie's in the house. What up, FUD? And everyone else, hoping everyone's having a great day. Same to you, brother. Same to you. Well, let's just get right into this, guys. So welcome. Again, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I hope you guys are keeping yourself occupied, because I know the market is definitely boring the hell out of everybody, right? Right now, Bitcoin's sitting at around 59,100. We have been chopping around pretty much in a very tight range all day today. Somewhere around, like, we dropped down to maybe 58.7, somewhere around there, and we keep coming up and topping around 59.3. Right now we're at around 59.1, so nothing too crazy as far as what's going on in the charts. We do have, a couple of things that are going on this week that we did cover for last week's streams in regards to, what we can look forward to. Nothing too crazy. I think the big thing for this week, we have the FOMC minutes, basically everything that they talked about on the last FOMC meeting is going to be just released, as far as the wordage. Nothing too crazy. We might see a little bit of volatility from that, but nothing much. Maybe a little bit of redactedness as far as some of the numbers. And Fed Chair Powell speaks. This is going to be at the forgot what they call this, Jackson Hole, I think it is, or something like that. This is going to be on Friday. Usually, every time he speaks, there's going to be some, volatility just because of the unknown, right? Is he going to be coming out speaking dovish, or is he going to be coming out speaking hawkish? The markets are kind of like, oh my God, what's happening? I'll tell you this. I can't wait till these freaking interest rates just get back down to like a normal number, and we don't have to worry about the Feds talking anymore or any of this crap, because it's just like, bro, we've been dealing with this for what, over 2 years now, if not more. It's just like, we're like, it's getting old, right? It's getting old. Just drop the damn interest rates. Whatever is going to happen, let it happen. Let these markets naturally do what they're going to do, right? I'm over it. And as far as the charts, it's like you can just see it right now, with Bitcoin, the whole crypto space particularly, it has been a complete just bore fest, right? The stock markets today making new all-time highs is what it looks like for the S&P and the Dow Jones, doing really well. What's going on with crypto? Why aren't we up there? Well, good. It's pros and cons, right? Right now, we're not really correlating with the stock market. And a lot of times when the markets aren't doing good, that's a good thing, right? But when the markets right now, like the stock market, is back to continuously making new highs, we're kind of like, well, why aren't we making new highs? Well, I think like I said, we've kind of decoupled from the stock market, movement. So, what's going to happen most likely is the stock market, it's going to have its shine. It's going to do really well like it has been. And then eventually it will start retracing. I don't think it's going to have any kind of a crash, but you'll probably see some retracement, and most likely we'll see a lot of that money going from the stock market shifting over into crypto, and we'll probably see a vice versa kind of thing where stock market's cooling off. They're not down or anything, but they're not down like crazy, but they're down, and you're going to see Bitcoin running up $100,000+, something like that with that scenario. So we'll see how it plays out, but for right now, like I said, Bitcoin hasn't been doing much. We've literally been tracing, other than maybe right here, we have been tracing in this freaking channel for the last 8 days. 8 days. We have been literally in this channel, really the top at around 59.5, almost 59.6, pretty much right there, and support level at around 57.9. We have broke briefly below there, and we have broke above there briefly, but pretty much at any time we get right back into that correction, sitting right in that channel. People can say it's consolidation, possibly, right? Possibly. I think right now with the crypto market, we just have a lot of I feel like there's in the back end, there's a lot of people that are manipulating the market is what it feels like, in my opinion. But it is what it is. maybe a good time for all of us. You know, you guys know I've been particularly adding to my bags on these bigger dips, you know, on certain projects that I you know, that I speak of, especially with the members only stream, definitely covering everything that I've been picking up as far as that. And just really, I mean, I do have you know, during my day, I will have the charts open, right? I have multiple screens, you know, so I'll have the charts on, but I'm not like, you know, sitting there like, oh my, like looking at every freaking, because it's, you know, you can walk away for an hour and come back and the market is literally right where it's at, you know, so you're not really missing much as of right now. Solana right now is sitting at around $143. Particularly, we're actually going to be covering a Solana article here in a minute about Solana, and something that I covered about DeFi last week that I did notice. So we're going to be covering that, but you can see this is the basic trend for every project pretty much right now, is everything is below its 200-day moving average. Almost everything. If you see a project that's above its 200-day moving average, it's a very rare occurrence right now. So don't think if any of your particular projects are down right now, you know, like under its 200-day, that you're, you know, that particular project's bearish. Majority of the market right now, even Bitcoin, is technically under its 200-day moving average. Right here, you can see, if you measure where we're sitting from our 200 for Bitcoin, Bitcoin's about 5.5% from its down from its 200-day. Solana, let's see here, about 3, almost 4%. So Solana's looking a little bit more strong, a little bit more, you know, resilient as far as this drop that we're in right now, trying to hover around this 200-day moving average. So not looking too bad. I'm curious to see what is Ethereum doing right now as far as its 200-day and how far. So we have the 200-day right here. Ethereum, oh my gosh, look at that. Ethereum is down 19% from its 200-day moving average. That's crazy. Didn't realize that Ethereum was down so far. That's craziness. Looking at the bubbles for today, guys. Looking at the bubbles for today, you guys can see, you know, it's a mixed breed out there. We have a lot of these big bubbles. You would think that they're pumping like crazy, but they're only up about 5 to 7%. You know, so we have Arweave, Fetch is up, Sui's back up, XRP's up 5%. You know something's odd going on. XRP's up 5%. Matic's up 3%. We haven't even really talked about Matic in the last like months. Algorand up 2.9%, and Neo up about 4%. But majority of the rest of the market is all down, you know, about anywhere from 3 to 5%. So nothing too crazy, but you can see a lot of it down. Ordinals is actually up about 2.5% right now. Not looking too bad. Let me pull up that chart real quick. I haven't, like I told you guys, Ordinals I'm heavy in, and I haven't even looked at the chart today. 29. Oh my gosh, we made it, guys. I'm just kidding. Not looking too bad. That's why I picked up more when we bounced off this support level right here at this 2650. So, but not looking too shabby, guys. Let's pull up. So the fear and greed index right now, guys, at 43 right now, sitting in that neutral. So sums up how the markets feel right now. It's just like, stick a fork in my eye. What the frick is going on? Just kidding. It's just boring, right? I guess we're all so used to just crypto just moving so fast and rapidly, whether it's up or down. When we go through these periods, which they come, right? They come. It's just, you get so bored with it. What's crazy is like you and I, we get bored, but we're like, whatever. But you have some people that get bored and they actually sell for a loss, you know, just because they're bored. And then they buy back in when the market is running back up. That just blows my mind, but don't be those people, right? Let's see here. Cowie said he's waiting for Milady to boom. Jasmy's in the house. Cowie said hoping that Bitcoin hits 100K FUD, and we get people hyped up like 2021. It'll come, bro. It'll come, dude. I mean, there's no way in hell that we've seen the top of this market. If that's the case, and I'm not saying it is at all, this would be the weakest bull run that we've ever seen in our life, right? And I kind of threw out this scenario not too long ago, that if this was that was the top of the market, right, and that was the bull market, I would anticipate that the bear market, and I'm just speculating, but the bear market wouldn't be a drawn out bear market, right? This last bear market that we went through was a solid almost 2 years. Think about that. Almost 24 months almost, of us like just, just blood in the streets, right? Market just tanking or staying down, not really much movement. We had a pretty damn good run going from 2020 to 2021, right? It was an epic, bull run with all the fundamentals of altcoin season and DeFi season, so we had the full blown bull market at the end of 2021, and then followed after that we had obviously the bear market that we went in through all the way from about end of 2021 to about almost the end of 2023, somewhere around there, obviously. And then since then we have seen a lot of movement towards the upside. Was that the end of the bull run? I honestly don't think so. But what I'm getting to is I'm anticipating that if that was, then we'd probably go through if it was a bear season, if that's what you want to call it, it would be probably a brief 6 to 8 months where we would be bearish. We'd see some bottoms, and then I would think that we would probably get into some kind of a bull run again, right? And maybe taking us out of that 4-year cycle kind of realm that we've been in. We're living in new times, people. We're living in new times, with the ETFs, and all that good stuff, everything that we have going on in crypto. We might decouple from the 4-year cycle. I'm not saying that we are, but when you go through times that we're in right now and you're kind of just trying to figure out what's going on, some of these scenarios kind of pop up in your head and you're like, well, what if this is going on? What if that's going on, right? But regardless of whatever's going on, right, there's one thing that always works for the market, no matter what, and that's DCA, right? Dollar cost averaging in and having patience. That always plays out. Sometimes you got to wait a little bit longer than you expect, but if you can keep that patience, you'll end up in the green, and you'll end up selling at a good price, something that you're comfortable with, and then doing it all over again. So we'll see how it plays out. But like I said, the market right now, sitting at that 43, pretty much neutral. Things can change though, people. We could be talking like this. The market is boring, and then you guys know how it goes. A week from now, Cowie is screaming, Milady to the moon, and Jasmy screaming NFK to the moon, and we're just freaking running, and we got 300 people in here, and it's just going crazy. Things like that in crypto don't surprise me because that's how it works out. So, well, like I said, and just like Cowie just said, patience is key, right? Patience is key, and don't sell for a loss unless you have to. Let's go over some things real quick, and then if you guys want to check out whatever projects, just let me know. So something I pointed out the other day about DeFi, it looked like DeFi as a whole was starting to really see a lot of decrease in volume, right? And this was across all the ecosystems, where a lot of volume is starting to dry up. And I tell you guys this all the time. With DeFi, it's a lag effect compared to the actual market, right? When you have the actual market, it's running, and Bitcoin's running and everything is just like, all the projects are doing really well. DeFi usually takes a few weeks for it to get to DeFi, right? And then DeFi starts running like crazy. The same thing. When you get into the traditional market and Bitcoin's having a very rough time, and it's been weeks, and now you're getting into like months where, Bitcoin is down or it's just trading to the side, it takes time, but it trickles into DeFi as well, right? And I think that's what we've gotten into for right now is DeFi is starting to it's definitely slowing down, right? Nothing to be too worried about, but just the volume has come down a considerable amount. And we check the volumes as far as all the ecosystems, and we will again here in a minute. But I want to read this article because Solana is the number one ecosystem. I don't give a crap what you say. Solana is the number one ecosystem as far as, for the majority of inflows and outflows for volume, and definitely for projects being created on top of that platform. So Solana suffers record outflows as digital assets inflow record 30 million. So Solana has faced its largest outflow ever since amid a broader but modest inflow of 30 million into digital assets investment products last week. While Bitcoin and Ethereum managed to attract a large percentage of these new investments, Solana experienced its own outflows, on record, losing 39 million as it faced significant challenges, particularly a sharp decline in trading volume. That's what I was just saying. We checked this last week. I was saying this. I was like, man, and we'll do it right now. We'll look at it. I was like, bro, I was looking, broette, for all the girls. I was looking, I'm like, holy crap. Solana today, $1 billion in volume. Not looking bad. Last week, it was at what? For one of the days, it was down to like 800 million. That's a big drop. We had in the thick, if you go back 4 months ago when Solana was absolutely going insane, volume for the day was around 2.5 billion. It's dropped down almost more than 50%. Right now it's at 1 billion. The other day, which was Friday or Saturday, whenever the last time we pulled this up, it was at 800, right? We haven't seen a day where it was under $1 billion in a while, and we saw that the other day. Ethereum, same thing, not even $1 billion. Ethereum usually is at 1.5 to $2 billion a day. It's at 900 million, right? And these are still high numbers, right? These are still very high numbers, so it's nothing to be worried about. But what I'm getting to is we're noticing the volume is dropping on all these ecosystems right now. So this isn't a particular ecosystems issue. This is a full DeFi where people are, this is right here in our face, a red flag showing us that people are literally sitting on the sidelines now, even for DeFi, right? Usually the last few months, while the markets maybe might be going back and forth, like maybe Bitcoin's not doing much, you see a lot of volume coming into DeFi. People are still buying and selling on their projects. Well, now you're starting to see that slightly trickle. Binance, 1.8 billion, not too bad for today. The other day, Binance was under $1 billion. And then Arbitrum, 700, not too bad. So today, not looking terrible as far as volume wise, right? But I tell you guys, a few days ago, it was down, and I'm talking about by a very noticeable amount. So just to finish off, as seen in the latest digital asset fund flows weekly report from CoinShares, this trend reflects a broader microeconomic influences, including recent data suggesting that the Federal Reserve is less likely to cut interest rates by 50 basis points in September. We're going to cover that too. This expectation has damaged investors' enthusiasm, reducing global trading volumes and mixed inflows across the different regions. Solana suffers a $39 million outflow. Last week, the digital asset market recorded modest inflows of 30 million, which, although positive but clearly uneven across different cryptocurrencies and regions. Bitcoin emerged as the most favored asset, attracting 42 million in inflows, with continued interest and appeal to investors despite market irregularities. However, the broader market saw mixed reviews, with notable outflows in certain regions such as Switzerland and Hong Kong, while outflows reached 30 million and 14 million respectively. So this right here is just giving a chart on weekly flows as far as inbound and outbound, and you can see for Bitcoin obviously was doing really well, but Solana, look at that, 38.9, and these are going by the millions, right? So 38.9 million for the week outflows. For the month, 34.4. Look at Bitcoin though, because we had this drop in the last month. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's outflow, 320 million. Isn't that crazy? That's absolutely insane. Ethereum technically is doing pretty well, probably doing the best at 155 million for the monthly inflows. And then you can see for inflow was almost flatlined at around 4.2 million. So you can see obviously this right here, this is crazy. Solana 38.9 million for a weekly outflow. That's crazy. Excuse me. So Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency, recorded a 4.2 million in inflows. However, this seamlessly modest figure for Ethereum conceals significant underlying activity. New providers of Ethereum investment products saw substantial inflow of 104 million, indicating a strong growing interest in alternate investment vehicles. Let's see here. Conversely, Grayscale, one of the most established names in crypto investment space, witnessed a significant outflow totaling 118 million. Manny, what's going on? Rogue said he's watching from work. What's going on, brother? Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, so like I said, guys, for right now, it's across the board. It's across the board, in regards to just, I think a lot of people are either getting bored for right now, and for whatever reason people get bored, they sell off. Or, like the article stated, you have a lot of people right now that are, trying to figure out what is going on with the Feds and interest rates. I want to make something very clear. Though we do cover the interest rates and the Feds, on this channel a lot, I'm telling you guys right now, the Feds, they could reduce rates, for the next freaking 4 meetings that they have. What do they have? 1, 2, 3 meetings left for this year, right? You're not going to see a difference in your life, right, with them reducing interest rates. And I honestly do think that, if we're going to see any like real positive movement from it, it's going to be probably short-lived, or it's going to be a long-term kind of thing that, like I said, 2025, right? So if people are thinking that, oh my God, the Feds are about to reduce rates in September, the markets are going to go to the moon, it's not happening. We're going to see positive moves with that, with them announcing, them coming out of their mouth. We're going to reduce, when Jerome Powell says that famous sentence that, yes, we've come to an agreement that we are going to reduce interest rates today at a 0.25 or a 0.5% ease, their markets are going to rally, right? But I don't think it's going to be the catalyst for us to just run back up to all-time highs and stay up there. We might see a nice green candle that's just runs, but is it going to stay up there? That's the question. That's the question that I think a lot of us, should be asking. And if I was to answer that question right now, I truly think that, like I said, we're going to see positive movement from it, but I just don't see that holding us up, for too long. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't see us holding that up for too long. So, that's why I'm like, with all this, I feel like it's blown out of proportion for the most part. And though it is going to be a positive move for risk on assets and the whole market, the broad market, stock market, crypto investments, I think it's going to be more of a thing that we see long term, as far as just doing, helping the markets out long term, especially going into 2025. So, with that being said, looking over at Polymarket, a lot of articles last week were saying that, trying to figure out what, I'm laughing at something real quick that I'll point out, but a lot of people were speculating like, why is the market going down? And I said most likely it's because the U.S. government's been transferring freaking Bitcoin over to wallets that are Coinbase wallets and stuff like that, spooking the market, or they're actually selling off big chunks. And I'm pretty sure that's what was going on. But also, you had some people speculating, well, it's because, and remember, we're not getting political. We're just in a political landscape right now. Some people were speculating it's because Kamala Harris is leading the polls, right? I don't know how much we believe those polls, but they were like, she had been, or she apparently had a lead in the poll, for a brief time. And people are thinking that there's going to be, if that is the case, and she continues to stay in office, right? Because remember, she's already the vice president. She's already in office right now, right? It just blows my mind, with a lot of things, but she's already in office right now, right? So a lot of people are speculating that if, I guess, she continues to stay in office, coming past this November, that the markets aren't going to react positively, right? So you can see on Polymarket right now, her lead, though, has shriveled up. Last week it was like 40 for Trump and like 50, almost 60% for Harris. Now it's 48-50. Harris is up about 2% on Polymarket. So, I really don't think that's the reason why we've seen any kind of movement towards the downside for Bitcoin. I think it's a mix of a lot of things, but I do truly believe that it's most likely the U.S. government selling off, and I think they're doing it purposely right now. One thing I was cracking up on, I don't even know if I should say this, but if you guys see this right here, confirmed cases of this in the U.S., I don't want to say that because I don't want to get, who knows, but it's so funny. This has been popping back up. Not funny at that, but that this is all like political, and then you see this right here pop up. Craziness. Israel-Hamas ceasefire before September. We'll see. We just need peace across the earth, guys. Right? Really do. We need peace across the earth. But with that, anything else going on in the crypto news? If you guys want to check out any projects, speak now. Forever hold your peace. So this article right here says Trump's election odds are not the dominant driver of Bitcoin's price. Data shows. Fetch is having a nice little run there. Look at that. Damn. Fetch is having a nice little run. I wonder if something happened. Usually when Fetch is running, something's going on with AI. Up about 13.6% right now. Usually when Fetch is running, something's going on with AI. Usually. Let's go to Fetch and let's see if there's any articles. That's crazy. Fetch. Why isn't it on here? Oh, right here. There's no articles on why it's jumping right now. This post says $5 Fetch once the supercomputer and new chips come out. I've been telling you guys about Fetch. Obviously, we've been covering Fetch on the channel since the bull market. We've been covering Fetch. I was buying Fetch in at like 15 cents when Fetch was down to like 15 cents, and I said Fetch was going to be the leader for AI, for crypto. We'll see, because Fetch has dropped down to about 70, right? And then it's gone up to almost 95 cents, only to come right back down. So, I mean, we'll see how this goes, because lately, or not lately, but you can see it. I mean, if you look, you can see that this thing has been kind of trading around in like a channel. So we'll see. If it breaks out of this channel, we might be running up, seeing over $1 Fetch. Drinking an energy drink today. Because you guys, what is going on, guys? Talk to me. Talk to me. What is going on? You guys are quiet today. Call's almost getting down there. Who else is watching for this call? Hopefully we can get down to this like 34 right here. I'm going to be buying in. Shiba Inu community flags several scams, issuing warning to the SHIB army. What is this? Hamster combats future at risk following reports of international conflicts. So the viral Telegram-based game Hamster Combat faces an uncertainty future as international conflicts and disputes with investors threaten to derail its process. Recently reported have shed light on tensions within the project, potentially impacting the high anticipated Hamster token airdrop and overall development. I will tell you guys from experience, whenever you have these projects, the bigger the dev team is, the more drama there's going to be, right? Because you always have people that want this and want that, or are going to do this, do that. Or you have people that are, just not, they're not good actors, and I'm sure that's what they're dealing with on the back end. This, if you guys remember, bro, I remember covering this thing when it dropped, and no one said anything. And then a week later, I see it all over the Discord. People are on there, and we followed up with some articles that Hamster Combat, whatever, was the fastest growing game on Telegram, and I believe they were the fastest growing X Twitter page, if I'm not mistaken, like going viral and getting like over 100 million followers within like weeks. So this thing blew up out of nowhere, right? And now you have in the back end, the devs are all probably fighting right now about whatever the hell is going on. Most likely it's financial, right? It's always the financial things, and that's how it is. Whenever you have a solid team of like just a few people that are all on the same page that want the same thing for the project, it usually runs a lot smoother. But when you have a broad team of like 20, 30 people, even sometimes even if it's like 10 people, right? You're always going to have conflict because not everybody's on the same page. Not everybody wants the same kind of go down the same avenues of these projects, and you're going to deal with, where people are going to have to be bought out, right? Because you got to remember, a lot of times when people are in these projects, especially if they're devs, they own big percentages of the project, right? That can cripple the project, So I'm sure they're going through this right now, trying to figure out who, they're going to, or however they're going to get past this with the least amount of damage for this. And you can see right here, I'm already seeing something about invested. We'll follow up. So background on Hamster Combat's international internal conflict. I've been saying international. The controversy began on August 16 when local media outlet Lenta.ru reported internal conflicts within the Hamster Combat team, centering on a dispute with investors. The article, which was later removed, alleged that the game's creator refused to share profits. What did I say? I swear I didn't read this article. To share profits with AD.ru despite its significant involvement in financing and developing key mechanics for the project. Anton, I don't even know if I pronounced that, the CEO of AD.ru claims that his firm played a crucial role in the game's development. According to Garushko, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, initially invested $600,000 in collaboration proposed by somebody else in 2020 for a mobile gaming and esports platform called Arenium. Gorendovich, as a Russian IT entrepreneur, and is reportedly known as one of the masterminds behind Hamster Combat. The investment gave ADRU a 18.6% stake, which later increased to 25% after the company's marketing efforts helped secure over $1 million in additional investments. However, Gorinovich refuted AD and RU's claim in June 2024, stating that the company had no role in developing Hamster Combat. In response, AD.ru presented a technical report that showed that Hamster Combat servers shared the same hosting as Arenium. The domain hamstercombat.io was registered using the corporate email. Just looking to see here. So like I said, before even reading this article, just because, I had to deal with this same thing with our project, and it is what it is, right? I'm not saying that any particular person is wrong or anything like that, but when you have too many people in the pot, stirring the pot or whatever you want to call it, hands in the pot, too many hands in the cookie jar, there's always going to be some problems, right? And it's always usually about investments in money or whatever the case is. So who knows? We'll see if they survive. But it seems like right now, just with everything with crypto, it just seems like there's a dark cloud over crypto right now, right? A dark cloud over crypto. But I'm telling you guys, from experience, we've gone through far worse. We've gone through far worse. I'm telling you. And we always end up prevailing. So don't get psyched out. You know, keep your head up. If we do see these big drops that we've seen periodically in the last few weeks or the last month, me personally, I'm taking advantage of them. I'm going slowly. Like, I'm not going crazy and just like, you know, throwing my whole life's worth into it, because then you do something like that, you're going to be emotionally attached, and then the markets start going down and you're going to be putting yourself in a pickle, right? Look where this thing literally ran up and just hit its head. Right where I put the channel marker. 92.4, and it started to retrace a little bit. So what meme coins are you guys looking for right now? I know a lot of people are still keeping their eye out on Milady. Definitely keep an eye out on Milady. Right now, I told you guys, definitely 100% grabbing a bag of Milady if we do drop down a little bit more. I just want to... the prices right now are tempting, right? The prices right now for Milady are 100% tempting, but I would feel like crap if I buy in right now and it freaking drops even more. And you guys know I'm going to dollar cost average in, but at the same time, you know, if this thing drops down like a considerable amount, I want to make sure to take advantage of it. Right now, the market cap's at 68 million, so it's so low. It's so low, but at the same time, you know, it's just like right now, you guys, I'm the same way with you guys, where I'm just like, we don't know what the freaking the near future holds, you know, for right now. Are we going to see more of a little bit of a drop, or are we going to, just, you know, start retracing at some point, you know? That's why I keep telling you guys, I don't mean to be like a broken record with the foot in, 1 foot out kind of scenario, but it's what I've been doing, right? I still hold a lot more dry powder. I'm like 50-50. As far as like in the market and holding on the side, you know? So it's like, I'm kind of, and I purposely position myself like that for the event of if we go either way, you know? So, but I'm just like you guys, I'm ready to pull my freaking hair out, you know, where I'm just like, bro, just freaking if we're going to drop, can we freaking just drop? Can we just go down, please? You know, so we can accumulate, you know? Is that possible? Can we do that, please? I really would appreciate that. Sheesh. And same thing, if we're going to pump, let's damn do it. Let's do it. I'm just looking at the articles. Nothing going on today. Nothing too much, guys. So with that being said, I guess I'm going to just let you guys go. You guys are going to get an early night out. If you guys need anything from me, let me know. Make sure you guys slap those likes on the way out. Hopefully tomorrow or maybe this week we have a little bit more going on, and you know, we can be a little bit more hyped. I got my energy drink over here, but I'm not even going to chug it because I don't want to get all, you know, jacked up on Mountain Dew over here and nothing's going on, right? So, like I said, guys, don't get too bored out. Hold tight. Right when you guys, I'm telling you, right when you just like you give up and you just least expect it, the markets are going to turn around and we're going to freaking start taking off. All right? I'm telling you. So, just be safe out there. You know, obviously we all have different financial situations and stuff like that, but if you're able to, you know, my opinion on what I'm doing is just, you know, eating up those dips and just waiting for to when we start running. So, other than that, make sure you guys slap those likes like Khalil said. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Be safe out there. Hit me up in the Discord if you need anything. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. Have a great night. I will be right back here tomorrow. All right, guys? All right. See ya.